Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Friday evening. Tens of thousands of Americans marched on the nation's capital today, demanding racial equality and social justice at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial. After a series of violent encounters between police and Black Americans this summer, today's Get Your Knee Off Our Necks commitment march was both a call for change and a response to what organizers say is a lack of it. The day-long event, which began with temperature checks and protesters wearing masks, swelled beyond areas originally designed for social distancing. And coming just hours after President Trump addressed thousands of supporters not wearing masks on the South Lawn of the White House, today's march was a counterpoint to the portrayal of protesters as rioting mobs during this week's Republican National Convention. It was also an echo to history, as Black leaders joined Martin Luther King Jr.'s son and granddaughter on the same steps where the civil rights icon delivered his I Have a Dream speech 57 years ago today. This time, it was the families of African Americans killed or injured by law enforcement who condemned what King once called the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. Tonight, Blake remains paralyzed in a Kenosha, Wisconsin hospital bed after being shot in the back 7 times by police. CBS News has learned the 29-year-old is no longer being handcuffed to his bed after posting bail in a previous sexual assault case. And there's new video tonight of the 17-year-old who opened fire into a crowd protesting Blake's shooting on Tuesday. Well, there's a lot of new reporting to get to tonight. We've got a team of correspondents standing by to cover it all. CBS's Jeff Pegues is going to lead off our coverage tonight from Washington.
The calls for police reform and racial justice came in chants. Tens of thousands of people gathered at the Lincoln Memorial to commemorate the 57th anniversary of the March on Washington.
I have a dream.
Just like Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech moved a nation to action in 1963, speakers today called for the same.
We gonna stand up even when our legs are tired. We gonna make this dream come true.
Reverend Al Sharpton and others expressed their anger about police-involved shootings that have left Black Americans severely injured or dead. Alonis Floyd is George Floyd's brother.
I wish George were here to see this right now. That's who I'm marching for.
The shooting of Jacob Blake just 5 days ago has sparked more demands for police reform. Latetra Whitman is Blake's sister.
You must fight, but not with violence and chaos.
Despite concerns about the coronavirus, some traveled as far away as Milwaukee, like these activists who came by foot. Bridget Grayson is from Long Island, New York. Do you think this march will make a difference?
I hope so. That's all I can do is hope for the best and hope for change.
Michelle Obama weighed in, calling the events of this summer age-old systemic racism, and said sometimes people see it on the news. Sometimes they see it from the White House Rose Garden. 57 years after King led the march here, his granddaughter said it was her generation's turn.
We are going to be the generation that dismantles systemic racism once and for all.
Organizers here say the crowds out here could have been bigger had it not been for the coronavirus. There were temperature checks for people coming into this area. Most people here were wearing masks, but there was very little social distancing. Nora.
All right, Jeff Pegues on the Washington Mall tonight. Thank you.